was born in 1958. And like Rhonda said, we was married, and 18 years later, we got 3 kids.
Yeah.
Quentin, Carl Matheson, Jacqueline.
And these kids are third generation farmers here.
Third generation farmers here.
The 5th generation farmers on my side.
Rhonda's from across the river.
Which my great-grandfather was Steve Roberts. And that was the beginning of a huge family out there. So, but that's where, I think that was the beginning of the farming on my side. So, which is 5 generations ago.
I graduated high school in 2001. When I got out of high school, I was helping on the farm, and I started at the farm supply with my parents. When I was a kid growing up at the farm supply, it was smaller trucks, and you know, my kids, my wife works at the farm supply with us, and our 2 kids, they're around a good bit, and things have just really changed in a good way.
Of course, we grew up on the farm, and we grew up working in tobacco, and we had the farm supply business, and grew up working at the farm supply. As soon as I got old enough, I tried to get a job away from the farm. I went to the University of Georgia. When I graduated, I lived in Perry with my husband Jake, and my first job was with Georgia Farm Bureau, and I lobbied for them on the state level. Of course, I didn't like that. I couldn't wait to get back to Berrien County and live on the farm again, because I lived in a neighborhood on a half an acre, and maybe not even that much. But so eventually my dad, we bought the gin. We got into the ginning business. So I always tell people that was my first baby, because I didn't know anything about the ginning business. Didn't know, besides we grew cotton and I'd help pack the cotton some. Didn't know anything about it, but that was in 2001. So we've been doing it for a while now, and it's grown, and I've had 2 children since then.
First job on the farm was always cropping tobacco. I remember at 4 years old driving the tractor down to sled middles, cropping tobacco. And as we grew, we just started farming more, putting in a little bit of irrigation here and there. After I graduated and everything, I went straight into the farming deal, farming peanuts, cotton, corn. We're actually doing watermelons there too, from 01 to 2010, growing watermelons. I've always been around the farm my whole life, that's all I know. So.
But Berrien Peanut is a farmer-owned shelling plant over in Douglas that we're stockholders, and there's several farmers in Berrien County that took advantage and bought into that, and it's really turned out to be a good organization. But the peanut industry has really changed over the last 10 years with the quota system going away, and giving us an opportunity in Berrien County to grow more peanuts and increase acreage in Berrien County. And it's really changed a lot, from the little 4-wheel wagons to semis, and things have really changed through seeding rates and chemical recommendations, and we try to stay up on that as best we can to kind of help the farmers of Berrien County to make the right decisions in certain situations.
In the area, if you look at Berrien County, it's very unique.
It's been a really good place to raise children, and it's going to be a good place, we hope, to raise our grandchildren.
It's been a great experience to be able to work with family every day, and to live in a rural community where people value agriculture, and they know how important it is in our world, because people understand the importance, and I think they value what we do, and where it comes from, and the jobs that we provide in our community. So it's just a good place to live, and it's good to work with family.
We're thankful for our family and the opportunity to farm here, and the opportunity to live here in this county where people are very easy to get along with and easy to work with. We've just been blessed in so many ways.
We're 7th generation farmers. Our grandfather that came to Berrien County came here in 1826. And so we've always been farmers down through the generations. The crops have changed from when they first started. It was basically just trying to have a livelihood and something to eat. Today we grow traditional row crops, cotton and peanuts, And we also have a we pick operation, have a variety of different fruits. We also own and operate Berrien Peanut Company.
My name is Jennifer McMillan, and I work for my family farm, Southern Grace Farms in Enigma. Steve McMillan is my dad. Tim McMillan is my uncle. They farm together. I wear a lot of different hats on the farm. I run our agritourism. We have you-pick strawberries and blackberries and blueberries, peaches, plums, and nectarines. And we do field trips. We have a country store, and so we have a lot going on in the spring and the summer. And then I help run our peanut buying point during the fall.
I was asked one time if we had any success, where it might have come from, and I said, well, first off, the Lord has blessed us to have this farming operation in this business. You know, continuing our education has helped. The University of Georgia Extension Service has been very valuable to our farming operation, and I'd like to see it continue to be strong. It's our lifeline that we go to when we have problems, and we also need to continue our research with Extension. If we're going to move forward, we're going to have more research.
The chamber has just been great about promoting buy local, really trying to promote that we keep the business here in Berrien County and not go other places to buy stuff. And so we have a lot of opportunities in Berrien County for people to learn where their food comes. We have several you-pick operations, which is great because you get to harvest it yourself. You can get it already picked. You know, you can put up your own fruits and vegetables in the summer. You can take your kids out there and you know where your food's coming from. You know what's been done to it because it's your neighbor that's growing it. I think that's one of the awesome things about Berrien County. Just about anything that you want that's grown in South Georgia, you could probably go pick it yourself or at least buy it yourself from a farmer that you can meet face to face.
And I'll just say this about Berrien County, it's been a great place to raise kids. It's just a great community, and it's a wonderful place to live. We have some of the best farmers and best people in agriculture of anywhere in the state or the world for that matter. And we've got land, I guess, that can grow just about anything that you want to grow on it. So we're blessed from that standpoint, and we're just blessed that agriculture is to me, is our leading industry in Berrien County.
This is a 5th generation farm. We're standing here on about a quarter of a mile from where my granddaddy Akins, John S. Akins, settled and raised a family. We are a next generation family. We've passed it on to our children, my son Chandler and my daughter Callie. They're involved in this operation.
Well, my name's Chandler Akins, and I also am a part of this family farm, and I have been for the last 2 years full-time since I graduated from the University of Georgia. I predominantly take care of the livestock and help with the hay. My sister and I own a business called Akins Cattle Enterprises, and she and I have developed a set of Angus and Sem-Angus cows through 4-H and showing and growing up within the livestock industry. Within the last year, we've developed a bull sale called The Source, which we held on the second Friday of December. She and I and some family friends and colleagues have gone together and put a set of bulls together that we feel provide a lot of profit potential for the commercial cattlemen within Berrien County, and they can utilize those genetics to not only produce feeder cattle that go out and top the market, hopefully, but also to make females to put back into their herd to kind of go for the next generation and improve upon, you know, the things that they've already had in terms of a foundation cow herd.
Myself, I handle the row crop portion of the farm. We grow cotton, peanuts, and produce hay, and the majority of our hay is produced for the livestock here on the farm, and some is sold off farm to commercial horse growers and to a tractor supply dealership. We try to use new technology. Today we're wrapping hay and wet hay and call it baleage. Someone asked me what I like about Berrien County. Well, I've been here 58 years, and it's home. It's a diversified county that produces livestock, tobacco, blueberries, probably any crop grown in the state of Georgia. You know, we can produce something to eat, and we can produce something to feed livestock. So I guess the diversity of Berrien County agriculture is what intrigues me sometimes.
Well, I was very fortunate to grow up in 4-H. Mr. Patrick and Miss Brenda have been heavily involved in my 4-H career, and we've been fortunate to have several really good county extension agents through during that period of time as well. But we were involved in things like public speaking and livestock judging, as well as showing livestock, and those projects allowed us to really meet people throughout the county and the state as well. They provided a lot of doors of opportunity for us to use those projects to benefit our future knowledge of the industry, and they were just really a stepping stone in allowing us to start our careers within the agricultural industry here in Berrien County, and how we are able to reach out into the state as well. Berrien County is and the youth and the 4-H programs are very much supported by the local businesses and industries, and we're sure thankful for that, because it's not every day that you have the opportunity to show those livestock and then still maybe be rewarded financially as well, and kind of put that money towards a college education or any type of further education that you can use out in the job field. So we're certainly appreciative, like I say, of those businesses and their support, both just through encouragement and financially as well.
I'm Carlos Vickers, part owner with my brother and my nephew of Vickers Farms. I graduated in 1979 from high school, and I've been here full time ever since. We grow tobacco, blueberries, cotton, corn, and peanuts, and cattle.
I'm Lamar Vickers, and I graduated from high school in 1976, and been here on the farm ever since, full time also.
Bradley does the day-to-day operations on the blueberry farm. Our grandparents was from here in Berrien County. The original home farm just a few miles up the road from here. Not my grandparents, but his grandparents come from North Carolina and settled here in Georgia. And then we've all been farming 4 generations on this same land. And my granddad, they also done turpentine, cross ties. He had the cross tie contract with the Georgia Florida Railroad. He bought cross ties, and also they cut cross ties themselves off of their land. And the railroad would pick them up once a week. They'd have to haul them and stack them beside the railroad track. And between the turpentine and the cross ties, they'd give them a good bit of extra income, so they could take their farm income and have that to operate with, and they kind of lived off the other. They don't realize how stressful and hard work that we do. Yeah, we got these big tractors with air conditioned cabs that has GPS technology, but there's a lot of stress that goes along with it that people don't realize, and fighting with Mother Nature. You just have to try to stay close to the Lord and deal with what He sends.
Our number one resource that we have an advantage over everybody else is water. And then I would say our climate, our soil type, and our long growing season. We have an advantage that we can grow multiple different crops, double crop also, that other parts of the country don't have the advantage of.
We have multiple cotton gins in our county, peanut buying points, and we have 3 of the tobacco marketing centers here in Berrien County.
which there's a lot of people hauling tobacco 150 miles to sell it. And here in Berrien County, we're very fortunate to be close to our marketing centers, and it doesn't take us very long to get there. We also have a place here in the county that you can sell corn. A lot of counties doesn't have that. They have to go outside the county to deliver any of their products that they're growing.
We just live in a unique part of the country as far as agriculture is concerned, that we have so many different type crops we can grow and take advantage of the markets.
So this is third generation. I'm third generation. My granddaddy's name was Carl Dixon. And I think one of the advantages of being a salesman now after what I've been doing is I farmed for I guess maybe 18 years before I started doing this full time. So, and I enjoy helping the farmers because I know how tough it is out there, and I know how tough it is for them to stay in the black with what they do. So,
well, I got a chemical business back in 1985, mainly because my daddy was in the fertilizer and chemical business before, and he was a big grower of pecans, and he was, I guess you could say, the farmer's friend. He was a guy that kind of got all this started back years ago. And
so my brother John Dixon is still my partner on the farm. Even though I work up here every day, I still have half interest in what our farm is called as White Oak Farms. John runs the day-to-day operation out there. And the cool thing about that is me and my brother have been doing that partnership through very stressful times for all those years, and we have never had an argument. So I really enjoy working with him. He's very easygoing and does a great job. There's nobody better.
We like to, we still grow pecans and corn and cotton and peanuts. It's changed so much in the last few years that we sell chemicals and to farmers, and but that's all changing to generics, and from name brand generics. So you got to change with it or either get out of it. But the prices are better if you can use generics and name brand, and in some cases they're just as good. So in most cases they are.
My favorite part of Berrien County would be Alapaha. And there's great people all over Berrien County, but just seem to find, I've lived all over Georgia. I've been to a couple different schools. This place is just home. I mean, seems to be a character behind the people here and personality that I just enjoy. And I got back to Berrien County and saw the farm again. That was it. Berrien County's my home, and I don't see that changing.
I think in Berrien County we've got some of the best farmers anywhere in the state. I think guys here have always been, they've taught me a lot about farming, and but we got a lot of young farmers in Berrien County now that really are a lot smarter than, they're doing things that like GPS on the tractors and all this stuff that we didn't do, and but they're learning you got to be smart to farm. I think the farmers today have got to be smarter than we were, because they're dealing with so many, with the computers and technology, and it's so much things that we planted mostly corn. We didn't have a lot of different crops, and we enjoy farming. It's a way of life, and you're your own boss, and some things you control, some things you can't control.
I am Brian Akins from down in South Berrien County. We have a row crop operation and cattle operation. I'm kind of in charge of the row crop part of the operation. We farm peanuts, cotton, corn.
We basically in the stocker business, and we buy 400 pound heifers, and we feed them on out to about 750 to 800 pounds. And we feed them on grass, and corn, and soy hulls, and corn gluten. We just buy and sell throughout the whole year. We buy off the local sales around South Georgia, and we sell on a video market.
In our farming operation, we've been farming this land for, our family has for a long time. Matter of fact, we're standing very close to where our ancestors settled. I think we're the 6th generation of farmers to farm this land on one side of our family and the 4th generation on the other side of our family. We've tried to take care of the land, and we try to make sure that the next generation will have a chance to farm the place if possible.
We enjoy living down here, and we both have moved off basically mainly to go to college and stuff like that. But we just wound up back here. It's just what we did all our life, and we just like it down here. And the folks in Berrien County have been real good to us, and it just takes a lot of good folks, good family, and a lot of hard work to make a successful operation. Our ancestors came here in 1825 and settled pretty close to where we're standing. We're just proud to be able to farm the same land that our ancestors did, keep it up, keep it in good shape, and pass it on to the next generation.
Glad to be in part of Berrien County. The Berrien County, I've raised 2 daughters, and they've gone through the school system there, and I thought the schools were very good in Berrien County, and FFA has been real good. They both were very active in the FFA program, and Berrien County is just a good place to live.
We moved here from Texas in 1980. I worked for Dale Cook Lumber Company. Took care of the cattle for him until they sold the mill. And I went to work for Butch Houston, which at that time was Life of the South Insurance, in 1986. So I've been with him 30 years now. And for years I used horses, and I've had different kind of dogs, cur dogs, leopard dogs, blue heelers. There's lots of different kind of cow dogs, but these are border collie working cow dogs that I use out on the farm where I work. And I've moved the cattle from pasture to pasture on them, with them, pin them, put them in the pens if I need to work them for some reason, or especially in the winter time, like taking cattle on and off a rye. You can just send them and they'll bring them to you. That's what they're trained to do. And Bill, Blaze is about 7 and Bill's about 5.
I'm a 7th generation farmer on this farm. My granddaddy still farms here, my daddy farms here, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents all grew up and farmed here. Part of my family's farming operation. We got a hog operation, a cattle operation, feed mill, row crop operation. We grow cotton, corn, peanuts. My children, I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and they are the 7th generation to grow up on this same farm here. I chose farming as my career, like I said before, because I'm the 6th generation to grow up on this farm. And with the 7th generation coming behind me, they show even at 6 years old, they show a great interest in agriculture. They enjoy getting out here and working with the rest of us on the farm. And it's in my blood, and it's something I've always done, and I really enjoy it. Agriculture has, I've seen a lot of changes in agriculture over the years. Some of the main changes that I've saw since I've been involved is conservation, tillage, and Roundup Ready products, uses of herbicides instead of plowing through crops. The livestock market has changed a lot in the last 20 years. In livestock, the biggest change we've saw in the last 20-25 years is changing technology. A lot of our livestock facilities are maintained by computers now, ventilation control, temperature control, and also in the way we make our feed, we went from tractor mills and tractors to a large feed mill and semi-trucks to transport feed with. I'm the 6th generation to farm this land in Berrien County. My children are the 7th to grow up on this same farm, and the biggest reason that I love living in Berrien County is the people. It's a good community. We got good neighbors when it comes when it's necessary, we all get together and we work and help each other out. And it's just a good place to live and to bring up the family and to work.
My wife and I, we've got 3 children, Sam, Isaac, Luke. They all help out on the farm. We grow tomatoes, and they do a lot into peas and sweet corn, okra, watermelons here on our U-pick operation. It's a U-pick garden, and we get to meet a lot of people. I don't know. There's probably 1,000 people or more that come through here. Well, not a whole lot of advertisement. We put up a few signs around, and she advertises on Facebook. A lot of it's word of mouth, reputation. People out of Florida, South Carolina, people visiting from Alaska come through here. People visiting from, has folks from Germany come through here, all over the place. One year we had some folks from Washington State that stopped through. We started this as a project from our children.
Extra money for the
Extra money for them. I said, man, I'll get with 2 or 3 customers, but it'd be better than sitting down in that sun. And it was an hour later, people started pulling in. Then next thing you know, we was growing peas and tomatoes and sweet corn, and it just kind of grew. So this is about 8 years we've been doing this. When I started farming, it was we did a lot of manual labor. My daddy, he didn't believe in modernizing too much, so we done everything the old-fashioned way. We grew tobacco, we put it on sticks, crop with a harvester, sometimes on foot. We did try to start modernizing a little bit. We got some new equipment. We do use more chemicals now than we used to for weed control. Used to when I started farming, we just plowed. We don't plow as much as what we used to. Well, the agriculture industry, we feed a lot of people. And, like some people ask me how I got started and why I started farming, and I said, well, I don't think I think it chose me. We live here in Berrien County, and we enjoy Berrien County. I grew up here. My wife grew up here part of her life. But Berrien County is a good place to be.
I like raising our children.
Yeah, we have. We got to have a good school system. Got a lot of good folks we know. A lot of family here. It's a good farming community. We help out neighbors. I've got several neighbors right here that work. We all work together. Matter of fact, we kind of all went to school together and grew up together.
We started getting into the organic corn or organic grain this year. 4th generation farm, and the organic thing has been just done pretty well for us this year. This is some of the grain here. We just harvested it. Non-GMO seed. So my grandparents were tobacco farmers in East Berrien for years. Kind of got out of that and went all to row crop, corn, cotton, peanuts, and kind of carry on the farm. Our farm name is Forever Family Farm. So Berrien County is a good place for this organic situation because there's a lot of timberland going into farmland. Yeah, and also our blueberries, we're in the process of converting over to organic. It's a 3-year process, but there have been so many acres put in, the price has come down a lot, and I think, over time, the organic market seems to stand pretty strong. So at this time, the organic grain is marketed mostly to organic dairies and organic chicken facilities, poultry. So if it's sustainable and people keep buying this product, assuming the economy is good and organics continue to grow, we'll have a sustainable organic operation for the years to come. So our family's proud to be able to offer conventional and organic options for the local community as well as statewide and regional crops that we're producing. Here in Berrien County, the climate's real conducive for planting a multitude of different crops. We have a warm tropical climate through the summer, and assuming we get average rainfall, we can produce just about any crop that we want to. Vegetables,
The organic vegetable market's getting really big locally and on a national level. So we hope to, bring some other products into Berrien County, organically and more conventional. Overall, we're pleased with the process, and Berrien County is a great place to continue our farming and our family farming operation.
My name is Morgan Henley. I farm here in Berrien County. We grow some cotton, corn, and peanuts. About a fourth generation farmer. My father farmed, and his father and his father. This particular farm is the first time anybody in my family's tended this land. We farmed a little bit in Riverside and down south end of the county, and technology's come a long ways from when I was first introduced into farming. Nowadays we're able to maximize our yields and our inputs given the technology we have today with GPS or these pivots putting out water and keeping up with the amount of water we're put out to be as efficient as possible. As a farmer in the county, we're real fortunate to have a community that stands behind us pretty well, and a real tight-knit family, and everybody works well together here. And so as a young farmer starting out, we definitely run into challenges, and I guess you'd call it a learning curve, learn as you go. And in Berrien County, we're pretty fortunate because I feel like we got some of the best farmers in the country right here in Berrien County. And we got the University of Georgia and Extension here in Tift County that's steadily doing research for us and pointing us in the right direction. And like I said, we just got countless farmers here that are full of knowledge and have been very helpful to me and other young farmers in the county, pointing us in the right direction with questions we may have.
I'm Daryl Jernigan with Jernigan Farm Service in Lafayette, Georgia. We have a hardware store and sell fertilizer, seed, chemicals. We farm, and we started in the business in 1936, cotton, peanuts, and corn. And we do a lot of hay for the cows, and we sell hay. My dad was 10 years old when his daddy started the store here. That was in July the 4th, 1936. We've been here ever since. We've made a lot of steps around this place, and we appreciate the farm, appreciate agriculture, and that's what we love. We love agriculture. And the little fellow there is my dad. Like I say, we've been here 80 years. Over the years, we actually started farming in 1980. Father bought the first farm, and we started off with 30 head of cows and 1 bull. And we grew our herd. We've done most all of our saving heifers and building the herd up. Our store is, I think, is an asset to the farming community up here because we're 18 miles from Tifton and 12 miles from Nashville. And like I say, we're just a family-run business. We've come a long way. We've worked hard, and like most farmers do. And I appreciate the community because they have really, supported us in a lot of ways. We hope to be here a while longer.
My name is Patrick Willis. I'm the County Extension Coordinator in Berrien County. My primary responsibility is 4-H and youth work. 4-H work in Berrien County entails working with students generally from 4th grade through 12th grade. We somewhat run the gamut of 4-H programming offered in Berrien. We have shooting sports program, a livestock program. We have judging teams and going to the schools, meeting students, bringing them educational lessons, and just having some basic recreational activities as well. 4-H offers leadership opportunities and so many different activities. Also, plenty of community service opportunities so they can get out and see the benefits of being a good citizen and giving back to the community as well as individuals and groups that are in need. And when it comes to agriculture, obviously 4-H is rooted in agriculture. A lot of our programs, we teach students about ag-related commodities, whether it's cotton or peanuts. We have recipe contests, cooking demonstrations. Also, 4-H is a big part of the livestock industry and livestock projects. Students here can show hogs at an early age at a local show, and then also they can also show steers at a local show and sale, and we have good participation in those. Those are the roots of our program, and many counties across Georgia, as families are moving away from the farm, they kind of lose touch with their agricultural roots, and luckily in a rural community like Berrien, we're still very much agricultural, and our families and our youth that are involved in it are too.
My name is Eddie Beasley. I'm the Agriculture and Natural Resource Agent here in Berrien County. My prime responsibilities are all agriculture related, and I do work with homeowners as well. I like to think of myself mainly as an educator. I try to help people make good decisions as far as making good agricultural practices. I work one-on-one with most of the farmers here in the county to make recommendations on their crop with pest management in an economical fashion, as well as making the right choice to control a pest. The University of Georgia is a source of information for growers all around the United States, but particularly in Georgia. We like to pride ourselves in being unbiased. There's a lot of sources out there for farmers to use, but our research is unbiased for farmers to make right decisions, not necessarily on product or trade. I like to think of myself as a liaison between the University of Georgia and the grower to disseminate that information in the proper way. So farmers can come to us with the knowledge, knowing that we're unbiased and we're going to make decisions for the right reasons and not for any reasons of personal gain. We feel very fortunate here in Berrien County Extension to be able to work with farmers here in the county. I feel like Extension here in Berrien County is utilized to the fullest extent. We're very fortunate to be able to work with many farmers in many different crops. I think because we are able to do that, we're able to be on the front lines of research to help support their growing operation, help controlling new pests. Some of the growers in the county help us with research. We do field trials, help assess new problems, and we also simultaneously help them in their production system as well.
Hi, I'm Cliff Henley, and I run a farming operation. Me and my brother and my daddy. We grow tobacco, cotton, and peanuts. We grow our tobacco plants from seed up all the way to harvest, cure it in the flue-cured barns. So we grow it in our greenhouse all the way to the point of gathering. We also have cotton and peanuts and gather those as well. And it's a family farm that's been passed down through and grown as we've grown, as our family's grown. Our farm's gotten bigger and bigger, and my granddaddy farmed, his daddy farmed, so it's passed on that many generations. And we also have a crop dusting business, ag aviators, and my brother and my daddy are pilots in that business, and my daddy started that somewhere around 30 years ago. Just something that he enjoyed doing was flying, and in order for him to keep flying, and was even better to get paid to fly, he started crop dusting, which worked good with his farming operation because he could keep his crops sprayed as well as his neighbors and other people in the community. One of the most important things to me about farming, or that stand out the most to me, is the generations passing down the farming lifestyle, the farming occupation. Is just that, is the family, because we grow tobacco and it's real intense as far as our labor and our time, but the fellowship that we have with one another out there working amongst each other is, I don't think you get that in any other workplace the way that we do or other farm families do. Really means a lot to keep one another going when times get bad, or even when times are really good. You know, it's good to have family there with each other to share that. And it's not easy, but it's worth it for to have that fellowship with one another and family together. And I hope, and someday my daughter or son may farm, or we'll all be together there doing it together and with each other, and that's something you really don't find in very many other businesses in Berrien County.
My name's Ricky Boyd. I've been farming here on this farm since I was about 30. This farm that we're sitting on right now is not part of the original farm, but my grandparents bought the farm from their grandparents. They took over the payments from the Federal Land Bank in 1923. So I'm the fourth generation that has lived on this farm. I'm probably different from other farmers in that I didn't start out farming. My parents didn't farm. My grandparents did, but I didn't. I started farming when I was 30 years old and started farming right here and have farmed ever since. And I grow corn, soybeans, cotton, peanuts. We have continually lived on this farm since 1923. Like I said, when I was small, we didn't live on the farm. And we moved all over Florida. Every 9 months we moved. So when I was 15 years old, we moved back to Berrien County for the last time. And I went to my grandparents and made arrangements with them if my parents moved again, that I wouldn't have to go back to Florida. I was going to stay here. So I've been in Berrien County continuously since I was 15 years old. And I intend that my bones will rot here in Berrien County. I'm a child of the 50s. I was born in 53. And in the 50s, there was a migration of people out of the counties, but also we went from the mule to the one-row tractor. And then in the 60s, we went to four-row equipment. And now we're driving tractors that have GPS capabilities that drive their own selves down the road. But the farms, the sizes themselves have changed. My grandfather down there, and he farmed up till about 71 or 72. And he only farmed 14 acres of land. He had a small tobacco allotment. But they were able to live on that farm, raise a family, and send his kids to school and eat and pay their taxes and live on 14 acres of cultivation. And that's not possible today. For a farm now, you have to be tending in the 500 acres plus to make a living at it. And it's changed tremendously through the years. And just to live here and breathe the air and the smells and everything that's involved with farming. I'm involved in several organizations within the community, and I enjoy all that. I enjoy giving back to the community that's been good to me.